Yeah, the DC is really the one that's that kind of breaks the heart. I think like the only positive I took out of yesterday was that I didn't use any of my regen potions, so it's like the only positive I could take out of yesterday. But we're trying again, because I'm not doing any other content in this game. Okay, hold on. Well, that'd be cool if I was actually playing on a beach. I'm gonna pop my thing open on my phone to see. Does it sound alright to everyone? To all 3 of you? I mean, it could just be because I'm in an area that there's no sound. Because this area right now, there's like no sound at all. There's no background sound or anything. Turn this off over here. Vin, did you take over first place again? No, I think there was like a little bit of background sound. Because right now my in-game sound there's legitimately nothing. Because in this area there's no music, there's no sound effects, there's no ambient noise. It's actually nice and peaceful. I kind of liked it, but okay. Let's see, we got everything going. I'll have OBS up. It's gonna. We won't let Steph know that you did that. We'll make sure that she didn't notice anything. Let me have Discord up. Okay, that's up. This is up. My dash. Oh, OBS, the dashboard. Okay. Let's continue. So this might be really tight. I have to go. I don't want to rush. Like that's one thing. I don't want to rush and then take too many risks. But at the same time, if I don't go at some fairly decent speed, I don't know if I can reach the end of this if I climb any further than 81, because otherwise I'm going to be like, it'll be like 5 AM, that'll be kind of really, that'll be nuts. So we'll see how this goes. Alright, let's go. Hey Mac, welcome. Oh, this is too loud, what the fuck? That's too loud for me. It should be okay for you guys, you can adjust it. But if we get some luck and we go at a decent speed, we might be able to get, assuming we get even past like 90 or something, to do that tonight, so. Oh, okay. Oh, you're doing like a rerun almost, or like a rerun. do you get oh, you just did it. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Thank you. Hello, Max viewers. Well, hopefully we can do a good show. You said, like, you know, I mean, I'd love with a time where like people would just tune in just because they wanna talk and stuff, but I'm definitely right now. I'm focusing a lot of my streaming on giving you guys a good show for the new game. So it would really suck if like I have to like restart again from 1, because that would be like boring as fuck. Damn. Turn down my mic sensitivity. Okay, so you are hearing a little bit. Okay, hold on. We'll see if that works. I turned it down a little bit. Well, I mean, I didn't change any settings, so I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure what would be adding that noise now, unless you were hearing that before and maybe just noticing it now. I think that did happen at one point, that like there was some interference somewhere. I don't really have anything going on though. Alright. Have fun on your stream. I'll kind of take this song over like any of the depressing songs. But I still want some of the other music to be playing. Can't reach that. I would be kind of feeling safer if I had 3 magicites at this point. I did pick up 4 total, but I burned 2 on large floors on the early floors. And they haven't really been coming to me as frequently as some of my other runs. I wish they did away with blind. Blind's trash. Also, it gives me PTSD because of all the disconnects I've been getting. And if something doesn't connect, I'm like, go. That's the end of that. But now it's just like, it's just blind. 10 bucks, I missed it. I didn't miss it. Alright, take fortune. Kind of the irony, there's no fortune, but the enemy that drops the chest gives you fortune. Since this guy's a caster. He's looking at me. Ninja? How far did you get on Ninja? Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah, how far did you get on Ninja? Or rather, how far are you on Ninja? I guess that would be more appropriate. Yeah, we're gonna handle this no bloom just normally because I don't. It's really unnecessary for me to rush this. Although there is a fortune up, so that really helps, so it's kind of a bonus. It's kind of, I already got the fortune out of the way. Be careful not to like AoE damage when you're dealing with a no bloom, you're going to hit a lot of things at the same time. With strength, I'll be able to clear this out pretty fast. Oh, I forgot about blind. I didn't miss. left corner and we should be clear. Oh, 421. Oh god. Yeah, that's what I was just saying when I started the stream. Like, I don't know if you heard me say, but my only like plus side about like that, like yesterday and how yesterday went was I didn't really get high enough to be at the point where I'm using the potsherds and the regen potion, so I'm at a full stock, so I don't have to farm for quite a bit of time. So this was actually taking quite a bit of time. Here's what it is though. Hopefully we can make up the time on another floor, but I'm really not. This set of floors I'm really not concerned about time. But like I said, I'm more concerned about my overall time. I mean, we'll see what the cards fall, but I don't really want to go so late. But again, we're not gonna take unnecessary risks. But if it's like if I clear 60 and it's like past 1:30 AM Eastern, I'm probably gonna just go to another file maybe and set that up instead of continuing, because like I really feel so uncomfortable having to start a file above 60, and then like yeah, let's start a file above 60 and then kind of start from there. Like if you start from like 71 and you start from 81, it just feels so like it's so nerve-wracking because you gotta obviously do like a little bit of a warm-up. You know, I feel like it's just mentally easier to kind of do a build-up into the harder floors, so you're kind of slowly getting into the groove of enemies getting, you know, harder and harder and harder. Whereas opposed to it's almost like handing your best friend. Oh, thanks, Mateo, for the host. It's almost like handing one of your buddies who's never played Final Fantasy before. It's like, here you go, here's my level 70 account. Go do the new 24-man raid. It's like that's how it feels for me. Like, you know, it's not as bad as that, but it does feel kind of that awkwardness. So 61 is kind of the magic number. If it's like 130 and it's not 61 yet, we'll see. Yeah, see that, Mateo? You're a true god. My bot calls you that. They're all sitting in a corner, all huddling around that exit. It's almost like they want to get the hell out of this floor too. Like, yeah, bro, I got you. We'll just open the exits. We'll let you free. Actually, I should be safe. There's a silver chest in that room that I didn't open. I don't have first, so actually what we're gonna do is I'm gonna build on this enemy for my gauge. I shouldn't have actually used it. And then we'll burn out the mimic that's sitting next to that door. I think I can get around the other mimics. That should be good in terms of burst. So if you're handling mimics, guys, what I tend to like to do on Red Mage, especially in the lower floors, is I don't really use my bigger burst that often because I save it for like chances like when you pop a mimic, I can at least have a full burst on it, so I don't have to deal with the consequence of taking pops. I can kill it easy with a burst, but if I'm just hitting it with normal DCD, it's not gonna go well. I think I might aggro that middle one, trying to go for the chest, so I will kill this one. We're gonna wait for some cooldowns, build the gauge a little bit. And then we'll engage that mimic. At least a better gauge, assuming it aggroes, which I think it will because of how close it is. Also be careful, sometimes when you stand in place, it takes a little bit actually for the enemy to register your location. Oh, I'm gonna get popped. Damn. Eh. I'm used to that. Oh well, it's okay. Not a big deal. Kind of the story of my life with mimics. We're just gonna ride it out. We're not gonna use purity. We don't need it, especially because we just got strength 2. Again, story of my life. So now because I have Fox, I can kind of take my time. I don't really need to go heavy on this one. I might even kill the one in the middle because why the hell not? But that's almost like the one reason why I didn't use purity, because it's like I'm probably gonna take another mimic or some shit. Let's get around this way the long way. So sometimes it is, I mean, if you have strength on, I'm gonna angle that. It kind of counteracts a little bit of pox. I mean, as a red mage, you can kind of cure through the healing down from it. As other classes that aren't healers or a paladin, it might be concerning because you know you obviously don't really have any other option to cure yourself, so it might be a little bit annoying in that sense. But as a red mage, you can kind of let it go. Just be kind of you know, cognizant that you have the pox, so you're not curing through in between fights. So you may accidentally you might be sitting at like 75% HP and then engage an enemy because you think you get a tick of HP back, but you're actually not. That'd be bad. But with strength, you know, I can counteract the damage down. Won't be as bad. Should be going. I feel like I'm going through these floors kind of slow. That's gonna angle. Oh, I'm gonna angle that again. Gonna be a little fancy there. Jumping at the AoE. I'm gonna angle that one. I'm not. He's a little bit blind. It's okay. So pray for RNG, guys, that I get some good, you know, good shit here. So if we finish the 60 boss before that's nice. If we hit the 60 boss before, let's say 115 or something, then we might be good to continue. If it's after 130, then now sometimes if you already have pox, there's a chance that it'll reapply it. I don't know what kind of triggers it. I don't know what the factors are that it reapplies it or not. Sometimes it doesn't reapply. Sometimes it does. Of course, it's very fortunate when it doesn't. At least I'm getting those raisins that I didn't get that last run. I guess another upkeeping note is that mimics don't move when they're in the room. They have a little bit of a wide aggro range. It's actually, if you're used to the mimics in Palace, it's a little bit less of an aggro range than what they are in Palace. So, I think in Palace, like the aggro range for mimics there is like kind of enormous. Like it's almost close to impossible to get around them unless they're literally on the other side of the other edge of the room. You can get around them. But if they're standing in the middle, you're going to aggro. Or here, if they're in the middle, it's actually good because you'll never aggro if you're wall hugging. So that change is you know nice to have also. I think the only I guess kind of it was a give and take because the aggro range is a little less, but its ability that it uses pox actually is shorter. Maybe it's like half speed. The pox casting in Palace is kind of pretty long, so there's really a good opportunity for you to kind of cure yourself if you're taking too much damage. So like here, like in Palace, that would absolutely aggro, but here you're actually okay. Hey Cam, thanks man. I need like multiple forms of luck. So good. Oh Miggy, thank you for the follow. I don't even know. I felt like you followed before or something. You know, it was funny looking at the board today. It's almost like all is currently right in the world where world number 1 is ranked 1, world number 2 is ranked 2, and world number 3 is currently ranked 3. I thought that was kind of funny. at the moment. It's almost like everyone is ranked properly where they need to be for the moment. By the way, how was clearing 91? Was that fun? Did you enjoy that? Was that a lovely experience? Can't. What did you try fighting? I imagine you probably try fighting the white mage, right? And then dance around corners. Yeah, that's what I envisioned people should do. Okay, we're gonna run the rune first. Oh, I'm definitely gonna use the safety though, because white mages. Was the monk really bad? Because it looked a little bit scary looking at some videos as like not a soloer, but like just looking at some LP groups. I heard the warriors though are like you don't want to do the warriors. Like the warriors are just bad news. Don't try the monk without steel. Okay, that sounds about right. What about the demons? How would the demons? They like kind of seeing it from the outside. They kind of maybe look manageable. All using bind. Good shot. That's not a bad shot actually. Double auto with bleed. I mean, I'm sure it's just gonna like rape your face with haste on. Anything with haste is gonna rape your face. I mean, at least I wish we could do the same to enemies when we have haste, but oh nice. Okay. Remember, always cure before opening blue chest. That's Palace/Heaven on High 101, guys. Never open a chest when you're not tapped. Yeah, 7180 is pretty balls. 8 mimics, only 8? You gotta try harder. No chest strategy. I think a couple guys have been going about a little bit of that, where they don't do chests. Like they kind of just run with what they have. I mean, you know, it's not something I think I will do. I don't know. It's a kind of like you gotta weigh the risks a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, it depends on how lucky or unlucky you are with chests and stuff. So it could be possible. Like I couldn't imagine doing it in Palace. I can't imagine not trying to go for chests in Palace. I mean, in Palace it's slightly different because there's obviously points when like you just can't reach the chest. At least here, it feels like you can at least get to most rooms and chests and stuff because a lot of the mag goes sight, which is nice. But like in Palace, forget it. Like if you can't reach a room, you're just not gonna try. so getting to chest is kind of an impossibility. While here, it really isn't an impossibility. Yeah, I mean, maybe you were kind of lucky to get a good running because like a bunch of us were disconnecting like It was just ridiculous. Like I tried 3 times and I disconnected before 60 3 times, and it got pretty high and stuff, and then just like disconnect. And like if it just waited like 5 minutes, I would have been clear, and then you could have disconnected me, that kind of thing. But oh well, that's what we play. Yeah, you kind of need the items. But I know that's what's bad, because you know, getting bonus items is super useful, but then kind of burning it. You know, you obviously have to use items to get through certain sets, but oh look, another one. Looks right there. Yeah, at least I was able to burn it. But there's one in this here, so good. I'm actually a little bit concerned. I won't have a burst for it. So I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna build, I'm gonna come back, and then we're gonna deal with one of the mimics. Oh man, oh, so you got the DC poke too? It's so dumb, man. It's so heartbreaking too. Like it's almost like you get to a point where it's like you just wish you would just wipe to like the old school like landmine silver chest, or like something of your doing. You wish you can just have that, but you know, it's unfortunate. Yeah, I lost probably 3 days myself. But as I was saying before, like my only like solace was the fact that I didn't get a run above 60. So I didn't really use any of my regen potions, so I'm like fully stocked to kind of, you know, if I'm alright and I can get through the floors, I'll be okay to continue climbing back to back, where like if I were to burn out my supply, then I'd have to spend the time to farm again and all that stuff. So alright. Open these chests first in case they're a mimic. And then we'll go back to that room with the mimic and kill it. Actually, that's kind of bad because now I don't have a burst. Man, that kind of slows me down now. That sucks. I'm gonna wait. I want that chest, so I'm gonna wait it out. Just don't need to rush. I think I have to kill both though. I might aggro that middle one also. So hopefully I can kill one with a minimal burst. But only like the... That works. Oh, that's up fucking. Okay, I should do enough damage. Oh, now you give me the petrification. That's fine. I ain't complaining. And yeah, that was worth it. We got the plate. We use petrify just to make sure that I can get to that room clean. This is what you mean. Oh, it's so sometimes don't take some items for granted, even if you think you cleared something. Pop it anyway, you never know what spawn. It's kind of a safety strip. Oh, my core magicite. Unavailable for 2 cores already. Petrify, nice. Petrify on a flight floor, not complaining. I see the dog. we're gonna make sure that we don't trigger that buff until I'm exiting. Bear in mind, if they use the buff, it's only a one-time thing for the floor, so it will look backwards. So make sure you don't, like, especially in a light party, really make sure that everyone is there first before you activate the buff, because if someone's in Africa doing solos and stuff, you might be out of luck getting the buff. And I mean, you know, any little thing helps in this thing. So nice fast floor. There's another room I missed. I gotta check that one. We were kind of, I feel like, you know, here at 47 up, you know, you're getting to the floors where, I should have used this before, where you know, you want to really have your full stock as much as possible, because it may get less and less opportunity to get a stock of items. There's two here, there's one. So, I am going to be examining all the rooms. I mean, it's going to take longer, yeah, but, you know, again, rush. I think I'll aggro this. Got my safety back from when I used it on the big floor, so we're good. I lost my strength though. It's okay. We're 2 floors away from the boss. This is a good song too. Okay, now we take the buff. It's a damage buff? Yep. Come on, bro. I got time to move. Let's go. Thank you. Sounds like you got a debuff again. Hopefully it's not blind. I don't think it's blind. Oh, Jesus. Jeebus. Oh, Jeebus. I think I'm gonna clear this out, only because no items on a gloom floor is kind of dangerous. So we'll take the petrification. We'll just play it safe. I typically will try my best not to use Serenity on an item floor, but I mean, enemies here, if you pop a lure, like if you pop a lure with that kind of set, man, that's super dangerous. So yeah, we'll just take kind of the safety route. If I can remember this. Can reach these two, I think. Go back and collect the chest before we continue. I feel like Serenity is definitely one of those items that is super important to have, because a lot of crap can happen in terms of your RNG with enchantments. So you do want to not knee-jerk use it if there's no items, as best as possible, depending on the floors. Like if it's no items in like 71, I mean you're kind of screwed. Like you gotta use Serenity because you know you need the regen pots a lot of times or something like that. Or if anything really bad happens, you kind of want the Oshits. But kind of below 70, you can kind of get through without items if you're really careful. Just gotta take it slow, and that Serenity is definitely gonna be handy. It's just what I've noticed, and I'm sure like the other runners can probably can probably agree is that there tends to be like this kind of like combo of bad effects. Like you'll get, like if you got blind for like the second floor, like for some reason you just get blind like 5 more times. Like if you can like just hope there's something else, or it just keeps keep giving you the same enchantment over and over. It's almost like sometimes you just chain gloom like for like 6 floors or something. It's like what the hell is this? I remember in like floor 10, like floor not like 8 to 9, I was getting like no item gloom. Like it's like 9 to 10. Come on, get it. Like you should, like I'll expect this in like 85 to 86 or something, not 9 to 10. I get that. It's fine. We're gonna refresh the steel before we're out. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it is RNG, it's just kind of like crazy RNG. This run is going, more than likely I'm gonna park myself at 61, and then we'll spend a little time building a second file, since again I don't really need to farm. Definitely using safety here. Did they spawn me right in the middle? Jesus. I've been using kind of a mix of sight and safety on the big floors, but now I'm definitely, after getting burned on like 72 one time with the floors, I'm definitely only going to use safety. Like I don't need to see I'll walk through, I have to walk through the whole damn thing anyway, so I'm going to just use safety because I'd rather not have the traps to deal with as opposed to seeing the whole map. It's kind of unnecessary now. This type of floors, the edges are definitely your friend, and you get a lot of room to kite, so take advantage of that if you're a red mage. Your ability to kite is definitely going to mitigate a lot of damage. So give me some fucking Magicite. The hell? It's almost like they front-loaded all the enemies on one side of the map. It's kind of where are the enemies over here? I quickly looked at my OBS to make sure like I wasn't dropping frames again because something didn't load. It's kind of funny. We'll just take that now because I don't want to run back. And usually these big floors are like, so far these big floors have not been nice to me this whole set of runs. I've gotten, I think this is my 4th one. I've done 2 with the Fortune and Magicite clear, but like I've really not gotten much out of it. The exit with me. Just gonna get a good angle here. kind of slow, but it's alright. At least we kind of have steel for the boss. I assume this is the boss? Yeah, it's the boss. There's steel for the boss. Didn't really burn too many units, that's good. Pretty easy boss. Just keep your eyes open for when it gets into its stances, that's all. Don't lose focus, because you can blast you in seconds. So we were discussing a little bit on the proximity type damage. This one definitely has a bigger range in terms of if it's low, middle, high damage. So where I was earlier, I took 10k and then kind of going a little bit further back was more the 3k. So that's interesting to know. Whereas the floor 30 boss, you can almost be like arm's length, and you'll still take kind of minimal damage. Not that I suggest threading the needle, but I think casting regions should be safe. Yeah, casting regions are good. Back up with you a little bit. Make sure I have an angle so we can dodge the claw. Okay. Dodge the beam attack. Make sure you dodge the gauge attack. You're up to 50 damage. There's some defeats. I'm always very cautious about using displacement. You definitely want to make sure you look where you're going, because I have legitimately died using displacement. Getting hit by something or landing in something. It's very embarrassing. I think I definitely would die more to displacement than gap filter. Nice and neat, nice and neat. No issues there. Alright, we're going onward. And we'll see how my time is. More than likely I will not continue this file and we'll just do another file. More than likely. So it's gonna get like stupid late. So it's like if I get to 130, then it'll be like 130 to 230 would be 61 to 70, 230 to 330 would be like what's that? Wait, 61 to 70, then 71. Wait, 230 to 330 would be 71 to 80. So then I'd have to go until like 6 AM to go to like 100. So I'm not gonna do that. we'll just set it up so it's, you know, not too late. I'm sure some people need to sleep early as well, or at least at some respectable hour, unlike what I do, like 3 AM here East Coast. Here's when things can start one-shotting you. I stopped using raising on this floor. I did before, like my like attempt 2 and 3, but now I'm a little bit more comfortable with how these go a little bit. So but so be very careful, because if you make kind of a really bad mistake, you're gonna die, and it's not gonna be fun. You stand in something, yeah, have fun. enjoy your high score streak. But things here definitely will one-shot you, but for the most part, their other skill sets are not really too crazy. So turn. Everyone and their mom is looking towards me, so that's weird. I could get around, but I'm gonna kill one just because I don't want to aggro two of them. This one doesn't really do much, it just does berserk and then it follows up with an attack, so there's quite a bit of time to avoid it. We will kill this one, because I have a burst. It did fall down, but I have a burst. So we'll kill it. I'm gonna regen just because the damage is gonna keep compiling higher and higher. And we're gonna hold my holy sniper. Steal it. Again, when you're running to the middle for items and stuff, just stop in place before you hit the item, because it does like the server takes some time to register your position. That's also why when you're passing through something and you're like a lot of times it'll aggro, like it'll aggro you kind of late. It feels late, and then all of a sudden you randomly aggro like 2 or 3 enemies at the same time. It's gotta kind of register your position first, and then it'll decide whether it's aggro or not. So if you're unsure and you're kind of in a spot where like, okay, I'm probably gonna aggro, like you can just kind of stand in front of it and then just wait a little bit, and then if it doesn't aggro, then you're kind of good, you can continue. Otherwise, you know, after about 2 or 3 seconds, it'll go after you. So that's more for kind of situations where you're maybe trying to get, like if I'm trying to get through this room, and like even if it aggros, it's like it's okay if it aggros, but I kind of want to make sure that I don't, you know, run with the enemy aggroing and then accidentally step on a trap. That would be like, that's definitely worst case scenario. So, you know, don't feel too eager to do things. That's how you survive through the levels. But generally, you should be dying to like, you know, bullshit, not bad mistakes or something like that. That would sound. Will aggro. So here, yeah, that's gonna aggro. I'm not even gonna bother. And got my serenity back that I had to use up in the 48. It's really good. Let's examine all these floors here. And it's and actually the situation I was just mentioning is also very good to use when you're opening a chest, because maybe you're unsure if you're gonna aggro the thing, so you definitely don't want to open, say like you don't want to run up to like a blue chest, run up to it and immediately try to open it, because then that kind of gap could cause the enemy to kind of delay aggro you, and then you might do an exploding chest and then it'll hit you and then you're dead. So that'll be really, really bad. I've had that happen before too. You always want to kind of calculate all the possibilities and stuff. even if it's a mimic, so that if a mimic spawns, at least you can see if you have an exit out. Because it would really suck to spawn a mimic and then to like as you're trying to exit the room, you're carrying like 2 or 3 other things with you that like you're not gonna survive, especially in the higher floors. Like unless you have a petrification, you're not gonna survive. Like witching can only do so much. You oh shit into a petrify, and then you know clear it out. But that to kind of burn and petrify for an oh shit really feels bad because you kind of want to use it when either you have extra or if you run into a note room when you gotta clear enemies. Like you gotta clear like 10 to 12 enemies in one room. That's definitely the best application. Yeah, that's pretty good for it. I think I'm on time. I think that took me 6 minutes, so that's on time. 6 minutes per floor is on time. If you went past 6 minutes, you want to be a little bit careful. No heals, this one. Frailty, perfect. Right now. Frailty is definitely way useful on floors, guys. I'll say that maybe 100 times until I convince all of you. Don't really use it on boss unless you're in a time crunch. It's kind of a waste. Oh, I'll take out... Yeah, we don't need to. I'll do that. I can deal without sprint. It's fine. I'd rather have the heals than the sprint. That sound. Hopefully this is not the exit on this side. Again, any good RPGer knows the right way is the wrong way. Intuition, alright, we're gonna use it now. I always forget to pop the intuition. Okay, one sound aggro. We'll take care of this one and the sound probably. Now here again, this is one situation where if it aggroes, it's okay. I'm kind of drawing a path to clear right now. The benefits of cultivation, and I think also because of the situation with mimics, having them aggro with a lot tighter aggro space, whereas Palace is a lot wider. It kind of makes alteration that much more, I guess you can say, useful because. Like, there could be a chance where even though there's mimics on the floor, you can still kind of get through them. And kind of having the chance at it being Mandy's is definitely worth it. I mean, you might run into the whole, you know, that whole nope room of where it turns a whole room of like 12 enemies into all mimics. That's always, you know, tragic. But then again, if you have Petrify, man, you're good to go. Whereas Palace, like, if your only option to clear that is Rage, and man, you gotta be like tiptoeing to make sure that you only aggro one mimic, because otherwise if you run in there, you're gonna aggro like all 6 of them or something, and then you're definitely dead. That's so bad. So that's kind of the plus side of Petrify. And don't get greedy with some of the gaze attacks. If that petrifies you, you're done. No ifs, ands, or buts. No need for risks, guys. As long as you're managing your time alright, then no need to get fancy. Well, I get fancy sometimes, but no need to get super fancy. Yeah, I'm really concerned about my Magicites, because not having 3 by now is a little bit concerning. Like, I should have 3 by now. So hopefully we get to pick one up down the line. So that's 9 minutes in 10 and 2 floors. It's not bad. We do have a little bit of bonus, so we're definitely on time here. The boss is the caster Scala thingy, so that's kind of a straightforward fight. 61, rather the 70 boss is Cerberus, and that's kind of a time killer a little bit because this is just the way the mechanics work. It's not hard. It just takes a lot of time. Now, Haste and Gloom. That's a good thing out there. I still have like 30 seconds of my steal, so. Now, one thing I do, especially with gazes, I don't know if some people do it. Like obviously you turn around, but on my keyboard I will continually hit the back button. It's almost like kind of OCD like, but at least it ensures me that I definitely hit back. Because sometimes maybe in your head you feel like you hit the back button, but then actually not turn. So I'll just like kind of tap, and that'll be kind of just again another safety measure, just in case. So you can keep that one in mind. Maybe go controller. I mean everyone can do it. Controller users, etc. Oh nice. I'm gonna get rid of that. Yeah. Yee. Get rid of that. Again, stopping when I go to a chest, because you gotta wait for your position to register. So you might be stepping on a trap and it didn't register yet. Yeah, it's just, you know, I think it's a little OCD, but I mean, I'll take the OCD comments over realizing I didn't turn around because I thought I turned around. Oh, rip. Yeah, I don't do that. I definitely don't do that. And actually, I think again, I'm kind of in the mode of having like post-traumatic stress from like disconnects. So a lot of times, like even when I know a gaze is coming, I'll just turn even before the gaze shows up. Like just in case I end up disconnecting, at least I gave myself a buffer to turn around before my connection goes. So that's the state of mind I'm at now. Like I'll just play it super safe because in case I kick up. There was one time I was on the 60 floors and I was facing the not the 61 to 63 jellyfish, but the jellyfish that shows up at like 64, and I was doing it normally. And you know, its stun attack is fairly fast, but you know, it's easy to dodge. But I thought I dodged it, and then all of a sudden I died. It's like, what the hell? Because my connection just blipped at that very moment, and I didn't, and my character didn't register me moving, and it was like, fuck. I just died to the easiest thing, but here's my connection, so. No, it's not a one-shot, but it stuns you, so I think there's a potential for you to survive, but it's like a hit stun, and then it'll global you, and then you'll probably die. So more than likely you're gonna die. But it does a lot of damage. Like it really does a lot of damage when you get hit by it. So excuse me. I don't know. I was too like in the moment of being pissed off that my connection just shit on me again. Yeah, I mean it's such an easy move, but you know, if you're kind of out of focus a little bit, you'll get hit by it, and that's kind of dead. So, did I pick up the strength and use the strength? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, man. Looking away sometimes, just like look down, look up. It's like you're getting destroyed. It's like, oh my god, why did I ever do that? We need another safety here. Effing gloom. Did I flight this for it? I don't even remember, but it almost looks like I did. We're gonna take, no, actually we're gonna run the room first. Seems like less mobs here, unless they're all sitting in one corner again. Chest. Oh, those beamy? Oh no, they're giants. Okay, I thought those things that shoot you from afar are here. I hate those. Okay, there's the exit. I'm gonna kill this giant right now. This is one of those instances where, because it's a large room, that's where you take advantage, because now it's kind of spamming its moves and it can't really get to me. And that really works with a lot of enemies. So take advantage of it. And that's like, that's kind of precisely one reason why I opt for safety or sight. So at least I can move around the room knowing I'm not going to step on something. That can definitely devastate one of your runs. I mean, you know, you gotta also be wary about where you're stepping, but still, like, you know, knowing that you're not gonna pop a trap is very, very useful, and you can take advantage of the floor. I use a regen pod just so I can maintain my combination. So I can kill this a little bit faster. Alright, I'm going to continue exploring the floor. Yeah, and I've already been, like, I've been doing sights previously, but on floor 72, I did sights, and then there were like 4 traps, and 2 of the exits both popped luring, and I burned 2 petrification to get through that floor. So that was really, really bad. Like if I used the safety, I wouldn't have used any petrification. So that was really bad. So now I'm always going to use safety on these floors. I mean, really kind of, I guess in practically speaking, it would be far smarter to use sight on a regular floor, because at least you can look at the map and decide, you know, what path you're gonna take to get to the exit, or where you don't need to go in rooms. Whereas here, I mean, for the larger rooms, at least in my end, I always explored all the facets of the larger rooms, because you never know what kind of chests are there. And I mean, if you have 3 magicites and you just so happen to pop the 4th one, I mean, that's just like that's a gold mine, really. So. And then you don't have to kind of waste the time to fight enemies. So. And then again, and you can kind of see the kind of enemies that you have to choose from. So you can kind of pick and choose, get to the edge, and then fight the ones that you know will be a lot easier. Always, you know, look around when you're kiting, making sure that your area is clear. I mean, there is a chance that something could spawn on top of you. I mean, I think in this type of floor that's a little less likely. It's possible, but, you know, we don't want to deal with the hands because they do DOT. And in Gloom, it's just not something you want to deal with. So I'm always looking around, making sure, you know, and then again, not having to deal with traps is a godsend. So I can just kind of move around in a full circle and all that. Stay simple. At least we're able to refresh our strength. God damn it, man. These enchantments are kind of brutal. I'm gonna kill the drone because that's one of the easier ones to take care of, but I will warn you, my first time encountering these ones, they killed me because I was greedy. I tried to sneak in a cast before, like, during its beam. I didn't get out of the way, and I took 46k to the face. So don't take this one for granted, guys. 46, I think it was 46k. I took a video of it, but it was definitely more than the HP that I currently had, and that was like embarrassing also. But it was also the first time. I can't damn it. Concealment would have been useful. Shit, it's gonna echo. Don't echo. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the patrols can kind of sneak up on you a little bit. But I mean, it's still not a bad layout. Oh, shit. I almost forgot to do that. Oh, really traffic. Quick. Yeah, I can post you the video I have and show you how hard it is. It's not pretty. And that's when I started using raising on this set. But then I got I'm more used to the enemies here, so I don't really need any more. Nice, new strength. Oh, I can't use it. Sorry. Unless I get a serenity. Almost forgot again. Nice. Man, I've gotten 3 pot shards so far. That's really, really good. I mean, just that alone, that saves you like an hour's worth of going into 21 to 30. Still? Wow, okay. Gotta work harder. Yeah, like I said, I'm fortunate that I still have my full stack of pots right now. Extremely, extremely fortunate. You haven't done any? Oh, I mean, 21, you know, it's like my backup method of doing it, and I'm leveling other jobs while doing it, so it doesn't really feel that bad. It's kind of fun, actually. It's just, I'd rather just be doing runs. Like, at least with Palace, like, I mean, you could, like, with Palace, you could kind of zoom through the floors, ignore all the chests, and go through. I mean, you really don't have to really care about chests until, like, 131, maybe, for stalking. But you definitely can be very self-sufficient in terms of, you don't have to do extra farming for pot shards, like you do here, because the floors are so short. Let me take this. So like I definitely had way more than enough pot shards in Palace to kind of survive me through a majority of my runs. And of course, you know, you really only need the potions starting at like 161 and 171. But you definitely start to need them by 71 plus. So it's really easy to kind of burn them out so fast. Especially once you get to 81, at least that's as far as I've gotten, but I definitely, like, you know, pop those like I'm addicted to it. And as you should, because you ain't surviving any other way. I want to see what the chest is. Yeah, that was kind of worth it. Usually, if I find the exit, I usually go the opposite direction. But in this instance, I just decided not to, and that kind of benefited me a little bit. No chest there. Wait. No abilities. I'm about to lose my strength. That boom type kind of scares me because of how tight it is. item I really need though is another Magicite. That's one item I definitely need, so I will be not missing a room here because I need that item. That was witching. I need that item really bad.
Well, I guess there was. I'm not gonna get to the other stuff, so we'll just do that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure traps spawn on the wall too, but it's still. I mean, what's your alternative not to run the wall? No more silvers. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was. That's right. I know you guys. I know you guys are mentioning that. About how the silver, like what mimics spawn and stuff, for silver. What is it? It was like 10 to 30 is 10 to 30 is bronze, and then like 30 to 60 is silver, and then 60 up is gold, something like that. Like that's something I definitely never really noticed in terms of the chests. It's like I just spawned so many mimics, it's just all numb to me. Okay, these are the ones I hate. These ones I might actually even use, like, I might even go and use regen potions because they just bombard me so hard. I actually will use regen. Especially with Gloom. They are not enemies I like to deal with. The amount of damage it does, Jesus Christ. We won't take the chance, we're not gonna squeeze it in. Although it's a flight for it. Oh, it felt like a flight for it. I gotta return one back. I think that's gonna aggro. Yep, that's sound. Oh, strength, good. I'm gonna regen this. Oh shit! Oh, that was the wrong way. That was not the way I wanted to go. Okay, yeah. You know, put that under like dumb mistakes that could have happened. Holy crap. That's one reason why I am very paranoid about using displacement. Even though I kinda had that, I thought I had that properly angled, man. That is not the way I wanted to use it. Oh! You looked the wrong way. Thought he was gonna go the opposite direction. You fucking fooled me. You gotta check the other rooms though. There's gonna be a patrol I'm gonna run into, I think. Yeah, I think it's 51 plus actually. These sets of floors you can't stun mimics anymore. Because I was stunning them with Paladin when I was climbing Paladin. I'm pretty sure it's 51 and starts not stunning.
Yeah. Stunning class, what are those? CC? Oh, we have bind, but we have bind and like a ghetto weight, that's what we have. What's this one? Actually, I'm gonna take that. I have an easy set next to it. Fixed PvP, it's made to cater to shit players now, that's why everyone good quit. This message is sponsored by Nick Smith. You know, I'm a PvP guy, and I'm not gonna disagree with that comment. I wish, you know, I'm not that happy with the current PvP state. It's alright, but I still like Heaven's Ward a lot better. Gloom, 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 gloom. Everyone get enough gloom time? Let me use frailty. Do we have enough gloom in this damn set of force? Holy crap. I think I got it like 4 or 5 times, right? Go to patrol. 101, Heaven on high. These fours always focus the patrol first. Because those are the ones that, man, they could sneak up on you and destroy you. Yeah. I guess. Good, we got the strength back also. Alright, we're gonna take care of the... We're gonna take care of this dude, because this one hurts like hell. I hate this thing. Like, I don't understand how it's like it's just kind of just spamming damage. It's almost like worse than an 8. Man, if that was on like 90 floors, I'd be so scared of those enemies. Up, up, up. And there's one of the reasons why you want to concentrate on the patrols. Generally speaking, maybe until like 71, a lot of the patrols are pretty easy to deal with. There's not any. Maybe you can argue the Manticore on 81, like 84 plus is probably really scary to deal with as a patrol. But outside of that, a lot of the patrols are not too bad to deal with. So I definitely would like, if you see them, to focus them first. You know, take care of them so they don't come back to bite you at some point. I don't think I'll have enough to burst this down. We're gonna witching, because I usually don't use witching. One of those instances where I use witching to make sure I don't have something happen. Jesus. I'm gonna safety cure there. Nice, beautiful, beautiful. Fuck off. Dude, this is ridiculous. Oh my god. That spam is just stupid. Literally almost died from one extra one blasting me at the same time as that one's blasting me. Holy crap. And that was with Regen on. Stop! The thing's shooting me from like across the map. I hate that thing. Man. Yeah, that definitely got way too scary for this set of floors. I mean, I knew I prepped for the regen, but that really got way too scary than it needed to be. And that wasn't even a mistake. Like, I just didn't expect that much damage to come out all at the same time. That was almost like a melee hit, an off cooldown, and then a melee hit all at once. Stop. Leave me alone. These are by far, like, these are way, like, overtuned for these floors. Like, these should be on, like, the next floor or something. Shit.
I guess there's another one that I'm just not seeing. Or maybe it's back here. Oh, there's that one. Oh yeah, it's 2 of them hitting, that's why. I didn't even realize that one was the guidance system. Or whatever it's called. On that. So that was like three off cooldowns into a melee hit, like Jesus. Silver chest. Oh, actually no, we're gonna kill this one. But I do have to take into account the fact that this is gloom, so the damage is just obviously increased. So normally it wouldn't destroy me that horribly. Oh good, the strength there's another strength. Okay. Thanks, game. So I did have enough bloom, I guess. Holy crap. I'm literally just gonna be popping regens now just for safety. Also because I got some extra phosphorus, so that's gonna help, but this is just ridiculous. I bet if the game could give me gloom on the boss, it would at this rate. Like if it was possible, like with the smallest percentage, it would give me gloom. Again, this is like something I'd expect to see like 81 plus. Like not here. Like this is not where I'd expect this kind of BS. But maybe to Maggie's point, right? Yeah, we'll take it now and then later on a later run we won't experience it. What is the other one? Oh, strength. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Yeah, at least that counteracted gloom. I'll take the frailty. It more or less counteracts too. Do you guys know like the exact percentages of like what frailty does and like what gloom does by chance? Or even what the minion buffs do. Like I know it's not as much as steel and stuff. Oh yeah, no, there we go. At least we got luck here. That helps. I'm just kind of calculating it as like kind of not as much as steel and strength, like kind of close to it. Like not that far from it. Like steel I think is 40% damage reduction and then strength is 30% plus, so I'm thinking frailty is maybe like 25 or something like that. There's 2 of these. We're gonna regen right now. We're gonna cure right now because frailty is 30%, gloom is 20%. That's pretty generous. So yeah, so then frailty kind of negates gloom, even like plus, so that's nice. Patrol coming. Almost. Oh, that's really good. 80 watts with strength, no steel, frailty. Okay, yeah, I guess you can just do that easy math. But math is hard, guys. Guidance system.
So wait a minute. So you guys that were saying that it's like all gold chests that are mimics only, like, so there's no possibility that it could be the other chests, or it's still a possibility? Because I've been avoiding bronze chests at like 81 plus because I feel like they're gonna be mimics. Because that's kind of a palace thing, but if they're not mimics, then I'm just gonna like pop them all day. Okay, well, that's good to know. Because then I can probably farm Potshoots a little bit better. But I legit was ignoring those chests because I felt like they were gonna be mimic, just like Palace, how like every goddamn chest is a mimic. No matter what you popped. Oh, so if Palace it also applies, it like it's the same concept. I didn't even pay attention to that relation. I didn't even know that was a thing. Oh, okay. I'm only hearing it's kind of the first time I'm hearing it now, and I believe them for Heaven on High. So yeah, I mean the rules are different, obviously, but okay. That's good to know. No, yeah, there's a lot of things that get adjusted in Heaven on High, so I'm definitely not taking certain things from Palace into Heaven on High, like the whole if you witching enemies, their enrage timer resets, whereas in Palace it just keeps going. So if it pops out of witching, it's gonna enrage. That doesn't apply here, and that's a really nice change. At least we have full strength in this one. So I handle this boss pretty comfortably, if you want to say it. I don't really do too much movement other than trying to watch where the staffs are. So we kind of keep the movement tight, so we don't kind of fly around the arena. Like we don't need it. Like here, it popped over there. That's safe. We can kind of go the edge, so we should be pretty safe over here on the edge. No problem. And then I'll show you what I do with when we get to the second phase of its stuff. For those that haven't seen it before. So here is a spawn a staff. I'm gonna park myself in the middle of the staffs. I'm gonna wait for that, bait it, and then go here. You're always safe here. And then we just do damage. We're gonna gap closer when it does Ancient Flare. I was gonna gap closer. I was in the middle of my cast. Now we're gonna move. Generally, on the first phase of staffs, if you're on the edge, it should be more or less safe. It's not always guaranteed, but for the most part, you will be safe. You just gotta look at the position of the staffs. So. But for the second part, the second phase of staffs, that's always the same kind of pattern. So you can just kind of, yeah, I'm gonna be in the middle here. We're gonna bait the ground attack, and then we're gonna go to the middle and always safe. And you can just stay here because it's gonna do Ancient Flare. And you can kind of dash in after it uses it. So now-ish. Probably should pop up some cures just because I don't have steel on. Like you're hitting me relatively decent for no steel. It's like 10k, but it's broken up 10k, it's not that bad. So again, I'm like right next to the staff, so we know. Here we kind of move a little bit. Safety cure. Oh, that's actually bad spot. Oh. I've actually never moved towards the middle of that, so that's interesting. Okay, so we park ourselves in the middle. We bait the ground thing, we go to the middle of the staff. Right directly in front of the staff, always safe. Yeah, we're gonna get a cure in just because. Safe here.
So I guess it's definitely easier to go back on this one, because I went to the side and saved way more damage. So you just go back and front, and then they kind of save it. It's a little bit crazy going to the side of it, so... Again, make sure you're in the middle, same thing, bait the thing, go to the middle, procure yourselves. Easy every time. Right here. Now for Ancient Flare, if you haven't really dealt with this boss before, it is a little bit sneaky, because you may get kind of like shiny-eyed with the animation of Ancient Flare, and then the lines kind of just sneak up on you. So just know that when Ancient Flare fires off the animation, it's going to use its kind of beam attacks from all the directions toward you. So it's just something to keep in mind. And that's 60, that's $60, so nice and clean. Yeah, that's how a lot of us felt too, Maggie. Like I got disconnected so many times. So what's gonna happen now is it's 1 a.m. It's 1:15 a.m. on my time. If I were to, I don't want to have to commit to the next 40 floors, because that's gonna be like almost like minimum 3 hours each, and that's gonna land me like 4 a.m. So we're not gonna do that. So I'm gonna save this file for tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm gonna do this. This will be where I start off, but I'm gonna do a second file. We're gonna do the second file to kind of, you know, fill up the rest of the time I usually go. So we'll go probably another hour or so on the stream, and then we'll call it a night. Maybe even sleep respectively early or something, like 2:30 or something like that. So this one will be more chill. Because a lot of times I feel like for the audience, at least for you guys, it's obviously more entertaining to see the higher floors because it's more difficult, but I think sometimes some of you guys may want to see it how it starts off. Like, you know, because sometimes like these set of floors can actually catch up to you. Like the shark right here can destroy you. Like this is a mean shark. Like this could legitimately one-shot you. So, and this can one-shot anyone. Like even if you're kind of a tank or something. It's fine. Yeah. If that crits, that can kill you. So. Until August? No, Maggie. Yeah, well, I've died on 1 to 10 a lot of times too. So like, granted, like, you know, this should be the easier floor. You still don't want to take it for granted because thinking can kind of kill you real fast if you're not careful. We'll try to. I'm gonna try to go real fast here if I can. The sharks, I know, they're kind of like the Welcome to Heaven on High committee. Like, oh, you think this is like Palace 1 to 10? Oh. like we're not bees. We don't do final sting that you can run away from after like 2 minutes. We're sharks that'll destroy you with a tank buster right off the bat. Yeah, I know that one also hurts. No sharks. They're only really scary for 61. After that, once you get 60, 63, they're not too bad. But definitely things I don't want to deal with. Like I'd rather get the first level first and then deal with anything like that. But this kind of applies to a lot of the. This kind of applies to all the jobs really. I was trying Ninja. Max said he was doing Ninja, and he got up to 21 or something higher than that. I was trying Ninja in 1 to 10. I legitimately did this 3 or 4 times. I could not get past 4 or 5. I died every time. It's like, oh my god. Like, granted, I'm probably really bad on Ninja, but still, it was just kind of beyond ridiculous. It's kind of hilarious too. And then I quit Ninja and then I did Black Mage instead. And Black Mage I did real good. Like, I think Black Mage was just like. I think I was just one and done. I didn't wipe before where I left off on the scoreboard. It's just kind of like, you know, I climbed it once, I got to that point, and then, you know, I'll sit on the rank on rank 1 for now until someone passes me, and then I'll probably go back to it. But Black Mage is actually really fun. Taking it into Heaven on High, like the amount of damage it does is almost like it just makes it so much fun. I mean, I died kind of stupidly on the thing, but I was still learning the set of floors too, so. There, we got more sharks. Hope you please. Hope you please, Zero. Get more sharks. Take the hell out of it. I'm gonna take damage. Oh, I parried it, nice. Also blind doesn't help. So hopefully I can set this second file up to also 61, and then I can have 2 files at 61. So if like tomorrow something goes horribly wrong, I'll at least have a, you know, kind of the backup file, so to speak, to work with. Or, you know, or even if there's time, I can just kind of work with the second file and see how far I get with that one. But like, I definitely, on my streams, I definitely don't want to go. I want to try to not go past 3 AM as best as possible. I keep doing it, but I want to try not to do that because it's really late, and then like the next day I'm dead. And I gotta do, you know, some work in the afternoon, evening stuff. So. Damn it. I hope your connection holds. Now I was kind of holding my tongue, okay? And actually, if my thing decides to kick out, it's okay because this is kind of just, you know, I'm just kind of killing time here till I'm gonna end stream. But I did do, like, I did call my cable company and ask them like what's up. But they're saying that I wasn't losing packets off my modem. But they said to check my router. So with my router, I did a bunch of things, and I installed like a new firmware for the router, and thus I did that in the afternoon today, and thus far I've been pretty solid. And so far OBS has not dropped frames either, where since like Friday it's been dropping frames like almost like every hour. So I'm hoping that, I mean, it could be a coincidence that maybe the connection itself got better on my end, but I'm hoping that I, you know, at least somewhat kind of got myself fixed up here so I can do runs. I'm hoping anyway. August, man. Damn, Maggie. I'll do it.
what I've been saying on stream is that I kind of like, you know, amongst the guys on Aether, and I think it's just gonna be Aether that's gonna clear first. Because even like, I don't even think, well, Primal, I checked the boards for 200, and I think Primal and Chaos, there's someone that's getting close, but it's still Aether that's kind of, they had the most, aside from obviously Usagi who's World 1, but I would feel really good if someone from Aether gets it. Like, if it wasn't me, at least it's someone from Aether that gets it first, I'll be very proud. I definitely want one of us to beat the Japanese to it. Like, I want NA to claim rank World 1. That's my hope, that one of us claims it before Usagi. But Usagi's getting there, man. He's getting close. Yeah, I mean, one of us. I want any of us to get it. Meggy would be nice, because they got World 2nd. That'd be cool. But now they said they're out of the running for August, right? Yeah, it's a silent war between data centers. The only two that matter, right? I think it's Elemental, right? That Usagi's on. Elemental and Aether. Aether, best data center. I mean, Aether is definitely the best data center for PvP compared to Primal. Chaos, though, that you can argue. Chaos has a good community in PvP, but Aether is definitely better PvP than Primal. We got better players. Nope, you're not getting that off. Yeah, maybe Ali will get it. That'd be cool too. I mean, again, like, I honestly don't care who on Aether gets it. I'll just be happy if Aether gets it first. I mean, of course, I'd love it to be me, but I can't force myself to get up there. And you just gotta get lucky. But I'll just be pleased with Aether getting it. Oh my god! Stop. This blind. It's not helping that I'm only 62, I think. But I think it might be another, maybe, I don't think the board should move, at least with the top players, the board shouldn't really move today, right? So probably when, like, Thursday morning, we might see a little bit more movement on it. Yeah, dude, it's not helping. Like, blind and then 2 levels below the enemy, it's just like a horrible combination. Yeah, they really shot. Good one. Where is that? Fucking jellyfish. I'm gonna see you soon, jellyfish. Hopefully. See you soon. I'm gonna cry when I see you, because I hate you. Those enemies are definitely one of the worst in 61. They are scary to deal with. Oh, fucking hit the wrong one. Shit. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Oh my god. Alright. Hey Rhea. At least you made it for an hour this stream. Come on! Man, I bet it's gonna give me blind for the next 7 floors because it doesn't want me to go fast. Yeah, I know, it's so... It's like the DPS you wish you had on your team. That's how much damage it does. Front lines. Do you have your mount yet? I really should have kept going, but front lines just kind of bored me after a while again. Nice. I should have just continued. I'm gonna miss the window to get the mount again. I'm like halfway there, but I don't know. I can't, like, ever since Frontlines and Stormblood, I just can't have any more enjoyment anymore. Like, it was so much fun in 3.x because of what I can do on Summoner. Now it's just like, it's not enjoyable. I don't enjoy it. Finally got a strength. Whoops. Yeah, a lot of us PvPers agree with that. But I mean, you know, you just, for me, it's just kind of, that's what, you know, you play with what you're given. I mean, you can bitch all you want, but that's what you have, so you just deal with what you have, I guess. Damn, that sucks. Is this a note room? That's a note room. I guess I'll use it for experience. Yeah, I guess you can say it's much more balanced. I mean, you can't really argue that, but it was still way more fun before. You know what's funny with these note rooms? And this is what I'm looking at. Like, I noticed this in Palace. Like, there are some instances when they would be like, they would all be facing one direction, and like, look at them, they're all facing this direction. It's like, it's almost like extremely intimidating. It's like they want to charge at you. I thought that was freaking hilarious, and I don't think they move either. They kind of just look at you. Like they could be randomly positioned, but they're just all facing one direction. It's funny. It's like, don't be doing anything crazy now. Yeah, the fun. That's my argument, Sephar. The fun. It's like, man, what I was able to do on Summoner was just like, it was like, just being on the job and utilizing what I could do just made it so much entertaining. But now it's like, now Summoner sucks, and like I have to do like Machinist because it's you know, the only job I can play now. Season 6 was the most fun of any season? I don't even know. I think I'd be skewed because, like, I would probably always say Season 4, but Season 4 is when I got top 10. So it's like, yeah, of course Season 4 was great for me because I climbed, you know, I got my top 10 on 8th in Season 4. I was Summoner main. I only went to Machinist in Season 7 because of its adjustments, and then I created a very nice meme with Machinist, which was hilarious. It was fun times. I kind of re-established the entertainment I had with PvP, you know, doing some like off the wall stuff. Like, having to kind of conform with what everyone else does is what kind of pissed me off with the current PvP. Like, you can't do like plays that kind of set you apart from other people. I mean, sometimes obviously it's unsuccessful, but it's still fun. But yeah, so we started in season 4. Yeah, I really miss the old PvP. I wish it would come back. Season 6. Season 6. That's when I did Bard in Season 6. I mean, definitely Season 5 was highly frustrating. I mean, I stuck with Summoner, but it's like I was just bashing my head against the wall doing Summoner. Season 3... See, I kind of started late. Like, I did play Season 1, but I kind of only played it to a certain point, and then I kind of never went back to it. Because I was, like, one of the things was, like, I was getting frustrated. Oh no, yeah, Mac, we're good. I got my file to 61. I wasn't gonna continue, because if I continue, like, if I tried to go to floor 100, it would have been like 5 AM, and that really would kill me the next day, so I stopped at 61. Clean, nothing too bad going on with that floor. The only bad thing is I only have 2 Magicite, which is not happening, but, so I'm here building a second file until maybe about, like, another hour or so, and then we'll stop the stream. But back to the PvP discussion. I did Season 1 in the beginning, but I kind of got irritated with it, especially when they had the problem with, like, Aether Flow, how it could get dispelled and stuff. It's like, you know, I did Summoner in Frontline, so I wanted to take Summoner into Feast, and then kind of getting destroyed by Monks because they were doing Aether Flow, and then they did the change a little bit. I know that, but it kind of got a little bit out of hand for me, so I didn't come back to it after I got a certain rank, and then I dropped out of 100 and I wasn't in rank, and then I kind of didn't touch Feast again for the majority of it, and then I felt like I don't know what kind of encouraged me to do it. I'm not too sure, but maybe I felt like maybe there was kind of hush about the fact that Feast could be esports or something like that. So I figured, okay, maybe I should really get myself, you know, I like PvP, I like Frontline, so maybe I should just try to get myself back into it. And then I played a lot of 8 vs 8, I developed the Summoner Burst, and then, like, I was at 300 points in Season 2, and then I climbed on Dark Week to where my rank was, like, I climbed like probably like 1200 points or something in Dark Week. And then I continued in Season 3, and then we finally figured out things in Season 4, and that was kind of the end of that, so. Dispel hologram. Yeah, dispelling Aether Flow was just like, it was just so, I don't know what they were thinking. Well, I guess they knew it, like, that was kind of the old school thing, but that was like, oh my god, like if I saw a monk on the other side, I would have to do my Aether Flow and then immediately burn it out as fast as possible before the monk gets into a one elm punch rotation. That's how it was. Yeah, I mean, it was fun to kind of play sometimes, but it wasn't it was obviously we had the best monk, like, in the game, period, so we kind of did get a little bit spoiled, but no one got, I'd say maybe 1 or 2 got somewhat close to him, but the gap was so large from next to everyone else. It was just like crazy. Yeah. I mean, it still is. A little bit. It still is kind of cancer a little bit. What's the 134? Well, when you go floor 1 to 30, I've been averaging about 400,000 to 470,000. So I guess you can probably divide that by 3, and maybe I guess you're gonna skip out on 24,000, like 240,000 points. Which, I mean, on the board it's I think there's a couple people on the board. I think even my Black Mage. Like, I think Black Mage, the one where I am a Black Mage, like, my score is I'm on floor 74 and I'm at 900,000, and then there's some guy on Black Mage that got 79, but he's like 200 points under me or something like that. So I think probably he started at 21 and then climbed up, something like that. Yeah, I'd eyeball to about 200k. So oh, that's nice. It's the one I needed, like, way. So like if you want to be on the board, I mean you gotta go from 1. I mean it's almost like what's the point? Like you can't get the achievement from 21 anyway, and you're not gonna get enough points to beat some of the higher ranks. So you got. I mean it's just like it shouldn't even be an option for fixed solo to start at 21. I mean I guess if you wanna solo from postures, I guess. I don't know if you can go faster than an LP, but that would probably be like the only reason you do it. Oh man, that sucks. That's that was 51 to 60, right? Oh wait, oh no, that's 81 to 90. Yeah, it's 81 to 90. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, that set of floors is just can be no joke. No matter how well you play, it can just laugh in your face. That was like my 89 run almost. Like it was just kind of bullshit after bullshit, but then it kept giving me steal, so it's like, come on guys, let's just keep going with the bullshit. You can do it, but yeah, so. Yeah? Okay. I like doing LP because I can kind of go brain dead. I can just like, you know, like watch another stream or like watch the television and just like, you know, AFK half the time and let everyone else do the work. I go white mage for now until white mage hits 60, and then I'll probably do like another healer or something like that. I'm just leveling my jobs, but like if I was red mage, I'd probably go a lot faster, obviously. But I'm leveling my jobs as I'm doing it. Started both of mine on the board, and then ended up netting me negative sustains. Yeah, I know the feeling. That was like my 4th attempt. Yeah, I remember you mentioning that I was viewing 70. Yeah, I'm slowly getting Dark Knight up, so I have quite a lot of jobs to level to 70, and I want the achievements because as I said in the stream before, I'm kind of competing with a fellow FC member with achievement points. They're like 300. I think they're like 400 points behind me, so they're getting close. But they don't PvP at all, so a lot of their achievement points are coming from like the PvE stuff and the other stuff that I don't do. So it kind of balances out a little bit. Where's the trust? I was talking with a friend about this, and he was doing he was getting frustrated with his climb also on red mage, so he decided to do it like speedrun style with splits and stuff. I mean that for Palace is kind of fun, and kind of to change topic a little bit. I did that with my FC a little bit, and that's actually a little bit of the benefit of Mixer, because Mixer allows you to do kind of a co-op screen, so you can have 3 different people streaming at the same time, and then it'll collaborate into one stream, so you can see 3 screens at once. Whereas with Twitch, the only way to achieve that is to do like multi-Twitch. Like you don't have something ingrained in the system, so you don't get that effect of having like one stream kind of posting like 3 people. But anyway, we did like a race 1 to 50, and that was kind of fun. But I thought the speedrun aspect was kind of fun to see how fast you can climb the floors. And he was trying it that way, and he cleared the like 1 to 10 in like 12 minutes. It's like, oh damn, that's fast. Like right now I'm at like 25, which is almost 2 times the amount he did. And I remember when I did like I legitimately did like a whole speed run of 1 to 100 on Palace, and I did that in like 3 hours 40 something minutes. That was kind of fun. And then every time I did, I kept kind of beating my time, like little by little. And then we started I had friends like saying like, oh, you know, when's the next time you're gonna do some Final Fantasy 14 games done quick Palace of Dead? I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of sweet. I kind of spawned that idea of doing speedruns, but I don't think games done quick would let us do an MMO for a speedrun. That'd be fun though. We get like a bunch of us to race or something. That'd be so much fun. I would enjoy that. It's only like, you know, 4 hours or something, but that'd be so much fun. But we'd have to make it entertaining, and then we'd have to be like, oh yeah, it's guaranteed, like, you know, we're not gonna wipe, we're not gonna lose early, it'll be a clean run. Yeah, I remember reading the rules like once for it, and it's pretty intense. It's like you gotta have interesting commentary. You have to kind of give like the chances of success and stuff, because obviously you can't do a speed run during the charity event that has a high probability of failing, because then that's kind of pointless. But yeah, I mean, it would still be kind of a fascinating idea. But I don't know if they do online games. That's the problem. I think all the games that they do is typically like console games, you know, stuff that doesn't really have to rely on a connection, which makes sense. Tonight? Oh, there is a maintenance tonight, right? Isn't the maintenance in 16 minutes? What's today? 11th? Oh, right now it's 11th. Yeah, so, damn, thanks just, is it tomorrow night or tonight? Oh wait, how did I read that? Wait, how did I read that? Let's see. Oh yeah, no, it's tonight, because that's Pacific, so, oh yeah, it's tonight. So tonight at 2. Oh damn, thanks for reminding me. Okay. I'll have to calculate the time that I have then tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to do a run then, because I won't finish it in time. Usually my runs finish like 3 or 4 AM. Good call about that. We'll see about tomorrow. We'll see. After this I'll do one more set of 10 and then we'll call it a night. Yeah, it was like 3 hours 40 something minutes, and it was just like speed, go, and then thinking about like how this is only 100 floors, but this takes like minimum like 8 hours solo, right? Kind of an interesting perspective. But you can't go any faster because the risk is obviously higher. No, yeah, you're right, because it's 11 PM Pacific on July 11th, so right now it's July 11th because, or rather, if you guys are in Pacific, it would still be July 10th. So yeah, it's gonna be 10 nights, or rather, the night of Wednesday is the maintenance. So like 24 hours from now is maintenance. We'll just give all the different methods of explaining that. So 24 hours from now is maintenance. Go back in, man. Go back in. Now, I was hearing queues pop at like 5 AM or some crap like that. Like people queue at like some like retarded hours. How is training? Because like I don't like if the matches are meme, it's like you're not really learning anything. You're just doing it for tunes. That's the one thing I don't like doing about trading, because you get like such like big mismatches that like you're just you're basically playing for shits. You're not really playing for real. You don't learn anything. Yay, we're fine. Alright, one more set of floors, guys, and then we'll call it a night on stream. And then tomorrow will be, maybe tomorrow I'll actually leave this file alone after I do this 10th set, and then tomorrow I'll just climb to try to get the 61. That'll make a lot more sense, especially with the maintenance. Just because on my time it'll end at 2 AM, so typically I do go past 10 AM. So yeah, we'll just do that, and then we can set up for Thursday. And also what that'll do, that'll kind of help me out, because it's gonna it's gonna allow me to have another day to test my connection. Looking at my OBS, I have not dropped any frames all night, which is really nice. So hopefully again that keeps up, and that'll be one thing I don't have to worry about, hopefully. But we'll see how it is the next 2 days. I mean, anything could happen. I could just start dropping frames left and right on Thursday, and then what'll happen on Thursday is like we use our first 61 file, and then like I'll get to 65, and then I'll disconnect, and then I'll yell at my microphone, and then we'll pop the other one because it's like, oh, well, we have a backup file just in case for this, and then I'll DC at like 61, and then it'll be like, I'll just be like, yeah, so anyway, I'm throwing my laptop out of my window, and I'll see you guys the next time I ever decide to install this game. That's how it's gonna go. So next time you'll see me will be in like 6.0 when I decide to come back because I got myself enough money to buy a new laptop. Hey, Princess. How's it going? Did I use... I already used it. Yeah. I like this version of the song. It's kind of like very dramatic, and then with this set of chords, it's kind of super dramatic. Yeah, go ahead, send it over. I mean, you send it to me as a message on Twitch, so I don't lose track of it, if that works. I would definitely like to take a look at that epicness. And I'll share it around some of the Discord that I have. I mean, those are definitely moments that are definitely keepers. Thunder? Like thunder in your area? If you've seen there's a PvPer, the one that's been ranked 1 for this season and last season. There's a lot of clips of him, and it's really funny kind of watching the clips because you're kind of jumping into the action that he's doing, and it's that concept. He's like he's doing something, and then all of a sudden he's just yelling at his microphone. It's just hilarious, like full volume yelling at the microphone. You don't really expect it sometimes. It makes it even funnier. That's fine. Yeah, send it to me on Twitch message, so I can definitely not forget to look at it. Yeah. That was the one you were talking about before, I think. Man, you guys are really trying to do something special, huh? Every second counts. Oh, no problem. I mean, if you do it on a Twitch message, it'll be easier because then whenever it's set to go, you can just send it to me at any point, and I'll catch it. So that's all good. or maybe the next time I pop on the stream you can send it to me. But I'd rather have it in a message because I'll just forget if it's on stream. Like I won't click it and then I'll forget. Oh no, I'm not suggesting you're planning it. It's just kind of hilarious that like that scenario just ends up that way. And then sometimes too, it's kind of hilarious too. Like when I was running Paladin, how my time was just running out so fast, and then it just ended up like, oh, like I did everything so right that I ended up like clearing with just a minute left. Like if I messed up in this part of the floor, if I did something just a little bit slower, like I wouldn't have the clear. It's kind of just when you think back, right? When you think back and it's like less than 30, or for your case it's like 1 second. It's like, damn, like what happened if I didn't step in the exit fast enough, like in the floor? What happens if like you know I hiccuped and made the wrong turn and hit like you're going around a corner, you get stuck in a corner for like a second. Like if you did that would have killed the run. Like all those little things. That's kind of funny to kind of think of it retrospectively. Yeah, I always, when I do my solo runs, like I'm definitely keeping a very good track of time. Like I'm kind of calculating. It's like, okay, I spent 6 minutes on this floor, we're good. I spent 8 minutes on this floor, so I know kind of my checkpoints in terms of the floors. But definitely when I hit 20 minutes and when I see it dip under 30, I get really concerned. Like, okay, now we're kind of in danger zone in terms of time. So, and I mean, really, it's kind of mathematically, unless you're definitely gonna use commanders on the boss. If you have strength and steel as a red mage, you should be able to kind of clear the boss in about 6 to 8 minutes. But without commanders, now you're talking about a boss that's maybe 10 to 12 minutes. So you have to calculate now. If you're taking a boss for 12 minutes, now you have like now you have 48 minutes to clear 9 floors, which that means you have to go faster than 6 minutes. It's not 6 minutes anymore. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's kind of the demoralizing thing is when you're in like 71 plus and even 81. And like you're kind of calmly going through enemies. You didn't really risk dying and stuff. And then you look at the time and it's like, oh well, I just burned 10 minutes on this floor and I'm still on the first set. So. I think that was my paladin. Was that my paladin? I think that was my paladin when I can't remember correctly, but there was one where I was really cutting close on time, and I had to make a decision. I think it was Paladin, where like my strength and steel were running out, and I was down to like maybe 3 or 4 minutes on, I think it was Fenner, and I had to make the decision, okay, am I going to conserve my items to possibly have them for the next set, or do I use a frailty, or do I use the strength and steel? And I decided, I think I used the strength and steel. And then that decision was like, okay, good, because I ended up beating the boss with 40 seconds left. So if I ended up using a frailty, I probably might have timed out instead of passed through. So then again, that retrospective thinking is always interesting. It's like, oh man, if I decided to make this other decision, it would have not worked. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. That was good. Yeah, it's like, you're talking about percentages, so now you're, in your mind you're kind of thinking, okay, and thanks for the info about frailty being 30%, so you have to decide, like, do I need 30% faster on this boss to clear it, or do I need 40% faster to clear it? And that kind of, oh, actually that's not true, because I think strength is 30%, so then strength and frailty would be similar in terms of its buff, so I guess it wouldn't matter. Now, knowing the percentages now, if that is the percentages, if frailty is 30 and strength is 30, it would have been the same. But I would much rather use a frailty Honestly, wait, yeah, I guess a frailty would, because you also get the damage down from that too, so now you can heal less. Yeah, that is true. The frailty duration is a lot shorter. But I mean, if you're looking at your clock and you have 3 minutes left, I mean, it just becomes like, okay. So a frailty would probably be superior on that scenario, because you'd basically be wasting 5 minutes of a strength. So which you could use on the next floor. Yeah, because I would rather have strength and steel for my floors than the other way around. Yeah. But I mean, you know, decisions like that is kind of tough, because it's like what becomes even tougher, especially in the solo run, it's like you have to think of these, like you have to calculate these decisions like while you're doing something. So you have to dodge and, you know, do your damage, and then you're kind of thinking, okay, do I do this? What's gonna happen if I do this? Is that gonna be bad in my next run? Okay, if I do this, what will happen in my next set? It's like, and then you're looking at the times, like, okay, my damage, like you start calculating how much damage you're doing per minute. So, okay, I'm doing like 10% every minute, something like that. It's like, oh, it gets kind of crazy. So you just have to make sure that you, first of all, make a decision, but, you know, hopefully you make the right calculated one. I've used all the ones I've seen. I've used except for the one last night, when the one we were watching last night. And I was doing last night. I had the Odin. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be good for 90, and then we DC at 50. So it's like good. But again, I mean, tonight has been, you know, maybe my cable company had a better night tonight. What I do know is when I called my cable company today, it took me 70 minutes to get in touch with someone. So I thought that it was maybe a lot of people bitching, like I was, about the fact that the internet service was probably shit. But the guy didn't allude to that, and he checked my packets in my modem, and he said it was fine. So he thought it might have been the router that was doing something. So I did a bunch of things with my router, and maybe hopefully it did something to it. So I hope, fingers crossed, because that's right now that's my run killer. It's not dying to shit in 80. It's disconnecting, and maybe for a lot of us, that is the mega boss, the hidden enemy that's killing us. It's the disconnect. It's not the enemies. That sucks, man. Odin's pretty cool to see and to utilize. I was fortunate to understand that it existed, because like until I saw it, I think maybe Reddit mentioned it, or maybe one of my PvP discords mentioned it, that like Odin was a thing. I'm like, Odin is a thing? And then I finally saw it. I saw the Elder. I'm like, oh, this must be Odin. Okay. And then it's like, okay, I heard that it one-shots bosses, so let's try that out. So I popped it, and it's like, damn. Like, I think it's more funny because usually when I pull bosses, I plant them in the middle of the map, so Odin like goes to the middle, so it's almost like he just spawns on top of the guy and just slices him. Unless that is what he does anyway. $61 a ninja? Good deal. I'd like to know too. Well, I'm gonna find out myself at some point when I get there. How many times did I lose? Oh man. I can tell you, Mac, I can tell you with, let's just talk about Heaven on High. My disconnects really started happening during the weekend and into yesterday, and I probably have lost 7 runs since the weekend. Since Saturday, I've lost like 7 runs to disconnects. And my only kind of positivity that I can take out of it, and the only plus side, is that they were kind of all under 460. So under floor 60 means I'm not using regen potions. So I still have a lot of regen potions that I can still utilize for the floors that I really need them on. That's nice at least. In Palace, man, oh man, I've lost many runs to disconnects. I've probably lost like dozens. And with Palace, it's more like you're up like floor 70, floor 80, even like as high as like 110, 120, and you get that disconnect. I mean, that's like 4 to 10 hours just blown up. At least with Heaven on High, you know, I disconnect on floor 60, that was still only like 3 hours. You know, you disconnect at like 50, 40, that's only like 2-3 hours, so that's not that bad, but it's still really painful to eat that. Because I would much rather die an epic death, you know, like making a wrong decision because I stood in something, or like a mimic spawned and this did happen. A mimic spawned and crit me for 18k because I just didn't have enough HP and I died that way. Like, I'd rather die in that fashion than seeing the screen go black and then disconnect. I know, Palace is just more soul crushing because of how long it takes you just to build a run. You know, you start getting really paranoid and really like OCD. Like, you would, like, if say like you know, you've been climbing at a certain hour of the day, and then like that whole block of hour has been good, you'll get to the point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna climb only during this part of the day, because it's this part of the day that I have never disconnected. You get into those type of superstitions and stuff. It gets really in your head, and you know, but yeah, I've lost many, and I'm sure like Maggie, if they were still here, and a bunch of the guys here will say like they've lost a lot too. So it's unfortunate, but it's part of the crap we gotta deal with. I mean, what I'll even take, like, I'll take a disconnect, like I'll take a hiccup in my internet where I kind of freeze in spot, and then maybe like I had a raising up and like I just get killed, which has happened before too. Like, okay, at least I had the raising up, at least I didn't, you know, get to the black screen and stuff. But yeah, just kind of the black screen is what kind of just like, it's like fuck, man, that's it. You just throw your arms up, you delete the file and move on, basically. Man, I don't like looking back at my videos, to be honest, sometimes. But I don't wanna see what I lost. Like, I already have like a strong mental image of like what had happened and what could have been and stuff. I don't need to torture myself seeing it again. That's just me. That's me personally. Really, my melee thing. Oh man, I'm gonna sleep at a respectable time tonight. This will be awesome. Before 3 o'clock. I don't know what that feels. It's been a while since I felt that. Oh yeah, I did say yesterday that if I was gonna stream early, it would have been a light party. And I call it LP, a light party with my FC. But obviously I streamed kind of normal time. We kind of had to reschedule because what would have happened was, if we were going to do the light party today, we would have started about 9 o'clock. But then my friends couldn't do the next run until like Saturday. Because, you know, get stuff tomorrow. My other friends got raids on other days. And I'm like, yeah, I can't, we either have to finish this today or do it back to back, because I'm not going to hold a file hostage that I could use to, like, you know, have like a run, like prepped up, like how I am doing now. So we have it now planned for Saturday, and I think Saturday to Sunday or something like that, or probably all of Saturday, we're gonna attempt we're gonna go through once to try to clear for the light party. So that'll probably be like super early with my group. So that'll be probably Saturday. So at least we can kind of do it in one sitting or something like that. Because I can't, like, you know, still trying to race to the world first. I can't have a file that I can't use, because that's just gonna slow me down so much. Yeah, I mean 3 slots, like just one more slot would be like a world difference. Like even like how the submarines and the airships are right now, how you're as an FC you're only allowed to have 4 out at a time. So you can only have either 4 airships or 2 submarines or 4 submarines or 3 submarines and 1 airship or 2 and 2 or something like that. Like I would like that, like combine the files so we can have a total of 4 files that can be split between palettes. So we can have 4 Heaven on High, 4 Palace of the Dead. You know, I would totally delete one of my Palace of the Dead files to free it up for Heaven on High. I mean, it's almost like it's data sitting there. They might as well just give it to us so we can use it. That I think would be good. I mean, the content is similar. I mean, similar content, so at least you can allocate those resources to do that. If it's very difficult for them to do to add in an extra file or something, so I think that would work maybe. Yeah, because I mean, honestly, like when I finish Heaven on High, when I quote-unquote finish Heaven on High, I play through all the classes, I get all the ranks. I'm considering, you know, giving Palace another go, giving it another try to see if I can get to 200. I'd like to at least try again, especially because I'm in the mood now. But you know, it's almost like that's data just laying waste. I could use that. You can allocate that data to this. Yeah. Maybe, you know what, maybe I'll do like a forum post or something. I'll contemplate it, maybe I'll formulate something on the forums, and then maybe we can try to get a whole bunch of likes and maybe get something done about that. I mean, not that I'm saying I'm a programmer and I know what's going on and stuff, but I'm sure maybe that could be a possibility. Yeah, maybe or if anyone else wants to do like a forum post, I would definitely toss a like towards it or something. Yeah, maybe. But I think one thing I do think about too is how, you know, it's been 2 years. It's been about 2 years since Palace, right? Like 2 years since the content's around. So I think with Heaven on High, they probably took solo into a little bit more consideration than they did in Palace. And I think we see some of that results, you know, with how this thing is now. Yeah. Well, right now I'm not limited to 1 save at least, but still, you know, you gotta have to calculate those things. And it's almost like you can only, it's like you either have to only do solo or you have to do LP or something like that. It is. Yeah, but I think you still get that feeling if there's more save files. I mean, I guess, like, you know, you could mentally set yourself up to have like a whole bunch of files of like 61 and then kind of knock them out like all at one time, but that's still a lot of dedication to have that even set up. Yeah. Yeah, I mean right now, like I would have totally, if my potion situation, which by the way is really good right now, if my regen potion situation was really bad, I would not have started the second file, and I would have like gone to sleep. I would have gone to sleep. Oh no items. I would have gone to sleep and like kept this file open so I could farm tomorrow for some potsherds, but now I don't have to. And, you know, I'll probably actually do other things tomorrow. Like I'll probably continue working on Dark Knight and stuff, and save this one for the night stream. But yeah, like, you know, I'd be keeping a file open to save potsherds, so I'd made sure I have enough for my main run. But since that's already there, at least I don't have to worry about it. Man, if that thing cost skill, I'd be out of gil. I'd buy so many. Like the market, like if it was sellable on the market board, yeah, that would be, I'd be definitely emptying it out on Cactor. Like no joke, like someone's gonna get rich off me, pretty much. do I buy infusions? I experimented with infusions, but I believe it's on the same timer as your super potions, so it's kind of a big deal using an infusion, blocking yourself out of a super potion. Yeah, absolutely. I used to use the statistical potions on floor 140 when you can kill that ghoul boss with the angel transformation. So because I think there was a point when it, like, you can kill it in one cycle, but it got somewhat dangerous to kill it. Like if you made one little mistake trying to burn it down with the angel, you could die, especially if it crit. So there were times when I would pop like a stat potion to kind of buff the damage just a little bit, so I can get through that fight a little bit faster. But I didn't really use it too much because kind of locking yourself out of super potions for 5 minutes, like, it hurts. Because you definitely utilize super potions a lot, and kind of getting that HP back is kind of a big deal, so... Yeah, I don't really use it. I use food, though. I definitely use food. But, I won't use potions. I mean, even food, it's kind of hard to say because you don't know the base stats that you have. You do have crit. I mean, you have the basic stats. You have skill, spell speed, crit. But you don't have direct hit. That's the only thing you don't have, still. Which might be a good thing, but that would be nice damage to have direct hit. Oh yeah, crit auto those apes, man. And the next chase enough with one shot left. Again, I'm not sure. I mean, based on just watching, like, the damage, I mean, there is a crit stat. And I think I do notice the increase in spell speed just a tiny bit. It's just I don't know what the base is, so I don't know if, say, like, a food that's lower level, because right now I'm using the highest level food here, the Emma Dachi, which is, I guess, the highest. Oh, it is the highest level food that you can make. I don't think you need something that high. Again, I don't know what the stats are that you have in base, but no. I just got the one that's the highest crit, and then whatever else is like spell speed. So whether it's a noticeable difference, I don't know. But I mean, the extra bit is definitely useful. And then if it's giving me bonus on crit and bonus on spell speed, then it's like great. I mean, if it's not, then I mean, I'm not losing anything. So, but I did make a little bit of food that did direct hit, and that was, you definitely don't want anything with direct hit because direct hit doesn't proc it. It once again doesn't proc in this content. It didn't proc in Palace, although Palace was around before direct hit was a thing. So I kind of thought like, oh, maybe they just didn't update the content to have direct hit, so that made sense to me. But this content also does not have direct hit, so don't do anything with direct hit. I was also half wondering if, like, maybe you put on direct hit, if it would, like, give you direct hit, but I think it's that case of like 0 times whatever number is still gonna be 0, so. Yeah, you do have the secondary, but no, but I don't think you have direct hit. I don't think direct hit is part of the stuff that you have, because I'd be noticing it. I was watching Rhea's stream when he was working on Samurai, I think, right? You gotten direct hits, really? You do? I mean, maybe I'm just not noticing it, because I was watching... Really? Man. Is it, maybe it only shows up in higher levels? Because I'm not noticing it, because, I mean, I know based on the definition of direct hit, right? It's like one exclamation point is crit. If the text is bold or like a bigger text, it's direct hit. If the exclamation is 2 exclamation points, then it's a direct hit plus a crit. So I know that's there, but I just remember like looking at my damage and not seeing like double exclamation points and not seeing the bigger text like at all. Like I don't, like I think I would notice it if I see it. In higher levels, it's possible to be limited until you have capped gear. Maybe I should, yeah, okay, maybe I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll take a look at the higher, like the 41 plus runs when you're running at 99 gear. I just thought I never saw it. Sync gear likely doesn't. Just check your battle logs. Yeah, well, my battle logs are fucked up because I have them all turned off, so I can't look back. It'll, yeah, I mean, yeah, it'll tell you. Yeah, that's interesting because I guess it does also make sense in terms of my kind of vision that because I have less things to worry about. I'm looking at my damage when I'm not capped, and then when I'm in like the areas that is like that require you to have 99, I'm more focused on the enemy as opposed to my damage. So all of my past 7 hours. What's the easiest way to? What do you mean? Like the clip or the whole thing, or the link of the thing? From the client. From the client. Oh. I mean Notepad, I guess. If you wanted to look at it, just dump it on Notepad. Yeah, you can just dump it on any chat window. I mean, I guess theoretically you could dump it here too, but that'd be kind of a long ass text that kind of filter through. By the way, this would be we're gonna start doing post game on the stream, so we'll hang for a little bit to talk for a little bit, and then we'll call it a night. I'm gonna stop my runs for now because it's getting a little bit late. Tomorrow. We will do, presumably, I will do continuing the file that I just finished with, the one at 21, because we got maintenance tomorrow at 2 AM Eastern, 11 Pacific. So we'll try to build that file so we have a backup for Thursday. So that's what we're looking at. But yeah, I guess dump it in Notepad so you can take a look. But that's very good to know. I just assumed that it didn't work, so I didn't even bother using the food, and I just didn't notice. I mean, if Maggie says that it's there, then I'm gonna believe him. No questions asked. So, I'd believe world second. So, because that's what I think, right? Pretty much non-existent. Because I do try to see like my damage. Because obviously, like the crit damage is what you want to have, but you know. Having that extra damage clearly is superior, but if it's really not showing up, I'm not gonna put extra food into it. Yeah, I run crit spell speed. Spell speed is, I definitely feel the spell speed, and that little bit can help. The crit, I mean, crit is crit. I mean, if it procs, it's just bonus damage, so. Okay, with that. Yeah, again, it's really hard to work with because you don't see what our base stats are in Palace or in Heaven, so it's kind of, we're just eyeballing it. It's just kind of assumptions. I mean, again, kind of like the bare basics is at least you're getting the bit, and you know the bit works because obviously your HP goes up, so at least that's beneficial. I mean, you know, we joke in PvP, you know, like the people that run with the HP bonus is like, is 500 HP really going to be the big difference? But in Palace, it's like that extra 4%, that could be the difference, and it's huge. Well, crit direct hits, I'm sure, has a weak rate, but what about just direct hits? I mean, that should have a somewhat respectable rate, though, right? Shouldn't that come up a little bit? Should you see that a little bit more often? Maybe not as high as crits themselves, but you should see it. I mean, what's the normal PvP stat stuff? Because I don't PvP, PvE rather. So that's not. So it's typically like crit dead, right, or crit direct hit or something like that. You do have to take into account that you're dealing with enemies only for a short amount of time, and probably increasing your skill speed in combination with like Bloodbath means you'll probably pull more HP out of it in the long run. So that probably is superior. Yeah, I mean, but again, like, by definition, I mean, if direct hit works, then you should see it come up if it procs, like with the double exclamation or with the bolded text. So I mean, I just haven't seen it at all. Maybe I should try to pop a stream that someone like is at 51 or something to see the damage if it shows up, I guess, and then to work from there. But yeah, that's an interesting discussion. I just assumed direct hit didn't work because I just never saw it. So let me go back home. Alright, no problem. I'm sure like next time I see you on the stream, we'll have it. We'll see about that data or something, and you can try to analyze. Yeah, I'll try to see other streams to take a look if the direct hit's a thing. But you said Warrior in Heaven on High. You see the direct hit on Warrior. So I know they get that bonus or something like that. My Samrun, when it came out on my channel, I recorded, I'd say. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess probably it's just a super low percentage, but I don't know if it's a super low percentage. You do notice the direct hit? Okay. But if it's a really low percentage, I don't know how much of a bonus, like how much the bonus would give you if we were boosted up any further. But what are you showing me? I mean, you're just showing me stats, right? Because what we're arguing is in Heaven on High, your stats are like just different. Like they're not the base stats, right? Like all of you hope for is direct crit. Yeah, no, that's. And I know that you were kind of looking for that too, for that kind of massive damage. But then when I was watching your stream, but then again it was when you were climbing like 1 to 20 or something. I was really trying to look for a direct hit proc or like the double exclamation. I just never saw it. What's that based off, Zero? Is that like 70 base stat without gear on? Oh yeah, because your average level is 4. But again, we're still kind of, I mean, that's still kind of an assumption, right? Like we're just assuming that your base stat is like if you were without gear, which may not even be true to an extent. I mean, put it. Well, no, you can't really do that because the Aether armor kind of ruins your HP stats. I was gonna say. The level 30. Okay. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, Makey said that they see it, that it works in, but it's probably just it's probably just a low percentage. Or so it's so low that you're not gonna rely on it. It's probably like a miracle hit or something. something like that. But still, well, even Eureka, those stats are kind of weird too. But you're kind of just boosted by the elemental, so probably. I mean, you're probably maybe. I'll probably just I'm gonna take notice of it a little bit more myself. How do you make directs? Well, my understanding of Princess is when it comes to direct hits, like I'll explain it again, like your normal. Actually, hold on. And you know what? And this was the thing too, because I tested it on like a dummy here, and I was getting direct hits really fast. So like, I'll hit a dummy here. Smack. So like a regular damage would just be kind of normal text. So that's normal text, so it comes up normally, and then like that bigger bold text that just came up would be direct hit. So that's like normal text. That would be a crit. So like I think well, a crit would be kind of even bigger text with a exclamation point. So it's like normal text, and then like a bolder, it's slightly bigger, would be direct hit, and then a crit would be 1 exclamation point, and then if you do a crit and a direct hit, it would be 2 exclamation points. It would be big text and 2 exclamation points. So that's how you can kind of determine which is which. And if you kind of do like damage to damage, you'll see the difference between the regular hit and a direct hit. So let me see if I can proc back to back here. So there we go. So there we go. So that combination there, it did a direct hit and then it did direct crit hit. But like in Heaven on High and Palace, I mean I'm just hitting a dummy, and I mean obviously my stats are kind of accustomed to the higher rate, but I mean you should see it more often. But I just don't see it at all in Heaven. So okay, I'll hold your thought about that. Oh, I mean, I mean, I would put it like, I would dump it all in Notepad first, and then just take the ones that are showing direct hit, and then you can just toss it on chat so we can all see it, if you want to do that. Like, you don't have to dump the whole thing on chat, just dump whatever says direct hit. Yeah, my thing will say direct hit. So actually, let me just look through here. Critical. So looking at looking at through my battle log here, which I did have it. I thought it was all fucked up. Like this was my 21 to my 11 to 21 run, and I mean there's just 0 direct hits. Oh, see you, Princess. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. I got 0 direct hits here. They're all regular hits into nothing. So let me go a little bit further up. Here we go. So this is more of the higher floors, and this is still like there's just no direct hits. I mean even the crit hits are somewhat rare, but there are just 0. I'm getting 0 direct hits, so I mean maybe it's a melee thing as opposed to a ranged DPS thing in Heaven, but I'm not getting direct hits. Yeah, just kind of going through my log, like there's just no direct hits. I mean crits are even kind of rare. So yeah, I mean none. This was Naga, so this is the 51 to 60, so my gear would be at 99 uncapped, and yeah, there's just no direct hits, 0. I mean if there is a direct hit, it would be like Maggie said, like just super rare. So there, I mean I'm gonna believe you guys if you say that there are direct hits. It's just I don't really see it. Okay, yeah, let me know, then let us know what the results are to see if it shows up. That'd be nice to know. But alright, so I'm gonna end the stream.
a nice discussion that we can end on with the with direct hit and all that stuff. But thanks for tuning in. I kind of slightly apologize that we're not hitting the meaty floors right at the moment, but we're still kind of recovering from yesterday's shenanigans with all the disconnects. Hopefully I did solve the problem with my disconnects. Tomorrow still won't be as exciting because of the maintenance, but hopefully Thursday will kind of be a big day, climbing another attempt, number 5, to see how far I get. So I appreciate you guys watching tonight, and if you haven't had the chance, you know, throw some follows. If you're on the other platforms like YouTube and Facebook and all that, throw some likes and stuff if you want to see more content and everything. But yeah, thanks guys, appreciate it. So I'm gonna do my usual. I gotta remember. I'm gonna dump you guys into another channel if you still want to keep watching stuff. So let me just find one. Okay, let's go here. So let's find a dude that I can dump you guys on. Let's see, who's doing Heaven on High? Huh, this guy is. We'll go here. Oh, they're on 91 to 100, and they're on floor 95 with 30 minutes left. Alright, we're gonna dump you here, guys. Put you... Are you streaming right now on Twitch? Because I'll host you if you're streaming on Twitch right now. I'll host you instead. What's your... Oh, but you're not going live now. So alright, so we're gonna toss the host. Yeah, no, I'll stream you. Yeah. Let me know when it's up, and I'll pop the stream on you. I'll dump dump everyone on you. So we'll do that. So I'll wait. I'll hang a second, and I'll put the streamers on you, so you can get that host. Alright, just let me know. So yeah, no problem, man. Oh, thank you for the. I believe that's a follow. Thank you for the follow, quite-ish. I appreciate that. So yeah, hopefully we're gonna continue with the Heaven on High stuff. I definitely still am in the competition for getting that world first. Hopefully we can just get a little bit further on and all that stuff. But let's see. Just gotta keep going, and hopefully my connection doesn't shit on me. That's what's more important. If my connection doesn't shit on me, then we're good to go. But I don't know when I'll go back to PvP. It'll probably be a while. Well, I'm still doing Light Party, but I don't think I'll ever do training because I don't find training any usefulness to myself. But I will probably do LP pretty soon. I definitely will do LP if I finish my goal here in Heaven on High, so I can kind of chill a little bit. But you know, this is definitely my priority right now. I want to get this shit done. Oh, my friend got blue screen of death on stream. 5 minutes into stream. Damn, that sucks, man. Yeah, that sounds good. 7:30 Saturday for my group. Nope, no worries, man, no worries. Take your time. I'm gonna chill and watch this guy for a little bit, because they're close. They're 30 minutes left, and they're on 96 right now. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna post the Twitch. I won't host them, but I'm gonna post a link because they're getting real close. So this is the guy that I was gonna host, but I'll host Mac instead once he gets it up. You should consider doing restream.io, so that you can just kind of stream to both content. Unless you're trying to have like separate kind of channels or separate content for each channel. I mean, I just do the same content for all the channels, so I stream to everyone all at the same time.
These guys are really good on Poemanders too. Well, they don't have any Magicites, but they don't have any Petrifications either. They have Frailties for 2 more floors at least. They have full Steel and Strength. That's real nice. They're getting close. They have a lot of time though, that's really good. Alright, your stream is up. I'm going to host. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll catch you all later.